fans and all my football lovers. It's Lolo the Maverick here, and this is my Week 9 NFL picks, part 2. Uh, I started the week off by picking the Texans against the Jets. I really thought they were going to win this game. I thought they were going to get it together. Obviously, I was wrong. Still putting faith in C.J. Stroud, and yeah, that line, man, that offensive line is just terrible. That's just to say the least. I guess their defense is just mediocre, you know. Disappointing loss. The Jets were on a 5-game losing streak. They really needed to win that game. So, yeah, shout out to the Jets. Good game. Go win. Garrett Wilson is a dog. Crazy. Crazy win. So, respect to that. So, now for today's games, we're going to start off with the 1 o'clock games. We got the Broncos against the Ravens. This is going to be a great defensive matchup. Like both defenses are really good. Both teams have good records, winning records. Think it's not going to be a walk in the park for the Ravens or for the Broncos. Definitely not for the Broncos. You know, having a rookie quarterback and all that. But I think that the Ravens are going to walk away with the win in this one. I think it can go either way, to be honest. I think the Broncos are going to make the spread. That's just my opinion. We'll see if I'm right or if I'm just outright wrong. But, yeah, I got the Ravens in that matchup. Moving on to the next one, we have the Dolphins and we have the Bills. This is a divisional game. I think Tua comes back. But whether he does or doesn't, I think Buffalo's the better team right now. I'm going to go with Buffalo, and it's in Buffalo. They got home field advantage. I'm definitely going to take Buffalo. And for the Ravens and Broncos game, it's in Baltimore. So that's another advantage for the Ravens. Moving on to the third 1 o'clock game, we have the Saints and we have the Panthers. This is a game that can go either way. Both teams are really not that good, not that hot. You know, but I'm just going to take the Saints in this one. Moving on, we have another 1 o'clock game. We have the Raiders and we have the Bengals. They're playing in Cincinnati. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. Just a better team overall. I think they've been clicking. I mean, obviously they lost last week to the Eagles, but they're a better team overall, in my opinion. So I think that they'll get the win today. We'll see what happens. The next 1 o'clock game we have is the Chargers and the Browns. The Browns are dog shit. The Chargers are mediocre, but I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. They're playing in Cleveland. We'll see how that Cleveland defense matches up against the Chargers, and we'll see if they can get pressure on Herbert. Moving on to the next 1 o'clock game, we have the Commanders and we have the Giants. This is a divisional game. The Commanders are hot. They're coming off of a last-second win last week. A miracle, literally, Hail Mary. So I think this is gonna definitely be a win for the Commanders. The Giants have a really good defense, but offensively they cannot put up points. They are terrible offensively. I think this is going to be a Commanders win. And, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Moving on to the next game, we have the Patriots and we have the Titans playing in Tennessee. This is a game that can go either way. Both teams are terrible, absolute garbage. It's going to be a hard watch, I believe. But I'm going to take the Patriots in this one. I guess I'll give them another chance. They keep letting me down, but I'm going to go with them again this week. For a 4 o'clock game now, this is where it gets good. We have the Bears and we have the Cardinals playing in Arizona. I'm going to go with the Bears in this one. I just think they're a better team overall. I really like Caleb Williams. Still getting out the wrinkles, but when I look at the Cardinals, there's nothing that screams to me that they're a threat to anybody. So, yeah, once again, I'm going to take the Bears over the Cardinals in this one. The next 4 o'clock game, we have the Jaguars and we have my Philadelphia Eagles. This should be an easy win for the Eagles. I don't see how the Jaguars have any advantage in this game. The Eagles will be wearing the Kelly green, and they will be playing in Philadelphia. This is going to be a big game today. I think this is going to be a walk in the park for my Eagles. We're on a 3-game win streak. This should be 4. I want to see Jalen Hurts continue to take care of the football. I want to see the defense get to Trevor Lawrence. I want to see sacks, fumbles. I want to see interceptions. I want to see the defense keep displaying that dominance. And I think as long as they do that, they continue to feed Saquon the ball. I think that they're obviously top 5 offense, top 3 offense. Really hard to stop when everything is clicking. And when we run the ball, we pass the ball even better. We can't pass the ball without running it. So I don't even understand why we even try to do that sometimes. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I guess, they game plan based on a specific opponent. So the way the timing on when they attack and when they do certain plays and certain concepts and certain personnel obviously is gonna obviously fluctuate. Like, it's gonna change. You can't be predictable. It's the NFL. Eagles will win this game. Confident in that. We'll see if the Eagles win and the Commanders lose. I don't see it happening. I think both teams are going to win, and I think are going to remain at the top of the NFC East. And yeah, that's that for that. So now we got the 4:25 game. We have the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. I know that 99% of America is going to be picking the Lions to win this game. The only 1% that are picking the Packers are me and the Packers fans. I know that Jordan Love is fighting an injury. Detroit is just hot. They're absolutely demolishing teams, blowing teams apart. But I believe that you put up 100 points in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's gonna carry over. You're at some point in time, it's gonna catch up to you, and I think this is where it's gonna catch up to them. I don't think that if they win this game, it's gonna be a blowout. If they do, I would be highly surprised. And if they do win this game, it's really evident and really obvious going into the game that they're probably the Super Bowl favorites out the NFC. Like, they're obviously one of the best teams in the NFC. Like, that's not a secret. I think it's a good argument to say that it might be between them and the Commanders. Like, who's the best out the NFC? Minnesota next in the conversation. And then you can say, the Eagles. Who else? Yeah, I would say the Eagles. And, the Cowboys aren't a threat. The Rams could be a threat as well when they're healthy. But yeah, moving on. Before I move on, yeah, like I said, I'm picking the Packers to win this game. I'm thinking they're going to pull the upset. We'll see what happens. I'm going out on a limb. We'll see what happens. Another 4:25 game. We have the Rams playing against Seattle. We have the Rams and the Seahawks, and I'm gonna take the Rams in this one. I think this one can go either way, but I think the Rams are gonna get this one. I think I think around this time is when they're gonna start really turning it up and really start making a run. So we'll see what happens. And by the way, the last game is in Green Bay, so they have home field advantage, which is very, very significant in this matchup. So we will see what happens because it's already a divisional game. But yeah, like I said, I got the Rams beating Seattle. We'll see what happens with that. And then the 8:20 game for tonight, we have the Colts and the Vikings. This is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be good defensively, but I think that the Vikings are going to win this game. I like the way they're playing football. They're playing hard-nosed, old-fashioned football. They're balling. They're putting up points. Their defense is very good. I think the Vikings are going to win this game. The Colts just got to hang in there because they can really get blown out. If the Vikings go up by over the touchdown in a halftime, I'm expecting a blowout at that point. So we'll see what happens. And then for Monday's game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going against the Kansas City Chiefs. Do I think the Buccaneers can beat the Chiefs without Mike Evans? Fuck no. With Mike Evans, they got a chance. They could be the ones to give the Chiefs their first L, but without Mike Evans, I don't see it happening. Without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, there's definitely no fucking way in hell that they're going to win this game. But it's the NFL. Crazy things happen. Sometimes things come down to 1 or 2 plays. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. I think this week is more of a money line week than a spread week because it's just some of these matchups are just really hard to pick. They look like gimmies, but I don't think that there's really any gimmies this week. I mean, it's week 9. It's a big week. This is gonna make or break a lot of teams, I believe. It's just getting really, really tight and really close between the records. So we'll see what happens. But this is Lolo the Maverick. This is Maverick Mind Sports, and we are out of here.